welcome to the show. So, as I'm going to make this a nice wee feel good, so because I feel good. So, a few days ago was my birthday, and so I sat and relaxed. Well, no, I didn't. I went out for a cycle, and I sat down and I watched this film with my wee 6-year-old girl, and of course, it had to be the extended universe, extended movie. And of course, 6 years old, I was explaining the story to her. She loved it. And she especially loved, Wonder Woman. She got all excited. Oh, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. Oh, yes. And it was really a chill. And when I sat there and I watched it, and you don't think you could love a movie even more. In the past when I watched these movies, I was too busy defending the film, and you sometimes forget to block all the hate out because you spend most of your time, defending something, and you don't chill or relax because when you're watching it, you're like, okay, that's a bit I can use why can't anybody not see this, and why can I not, you know, what's wrong with people? And so we just had a chilled out time watching the movie, and it was fantastic. It really was. It was good, and it made me realise what that was all about. And so that night, I watched the pilot episode of Pennyworth from the makers of Gotham, and I went, wow, I loved it. I cannot. I thought the humour was well placed. I loved the music, and the minute I saw London, and I thought, things were going through my mind like, why are those people in cages like pirates? Why are they got the oh? This is what they're doing. They're kind of doing the steampunk thing. They're trying to do It's like the Batman animated cartoon series where it's like today's world mixed in with yesterday's world and V for Vendetta and stuff like that. And I thought, interesting, even though I was kind of looking forward to it, I thought, no, this is brilliant. And of course, I've always wanted a kind of Scotsman with this humour to go into programmes like Big Brother, but we always get idiots in there. Um, but no, this Scottish guy that was in Pennyworth was fantastic, was brilliant. He was doing the things that he knew Pennyworth wouldn't do and stuff. But this isn't a review of the series. I'm just saying I loved it, and I can see why it had so much potential because they weren't burdened by by studios saying, oh, you can't use Batman, and you can't use the origin of these characters like this, and to them they could write whatever they wanted, and that really pushes home the importance of having directors and writers having freedom to take these characters to places that you haven't seen before, and I was just phenomenal. And so, what did I get for my birthday? Well, I got DC Titans Blu-ray, and I didn't get much, to be honest. What else did I got? DC Tank. Oh, cat. I've. I was actually hoping to make this video. Um, at the time when I bought them, well, when I've got them, sorry, is I've got like BVS, symbol for my car, car stickers that I'm going to put on the back of my car. So I've got Freddie Mercury in the window, and then just above my tyres, two BVS ones, And I thought, yeah, people actually honked their car at me when I was out and cycling today, and I like to think they seen this and they went, yeah, because I look back and I thought I was actually doing quite well on the bike, but when a 70-year-old guy whizzes by, you suddenly wake up. So yeah, I got that, and I got the stickers. What else did I get? Pennyworth was my DVD, and of course Superman, the Red Sun. So that was it. And today I went out and got this Shazam. So I'm going to just open it up. Yeah, I'll buy anything DC, okay? And like I said in one of my other videos, I even went out and I got that. Notice though, it's not a Blu-ray. All my DC films are like 4K. That's the only kind of stuff I really buy in 4K is my DC films. But I didn't even get a Blu-ray for this one. So, but I've still got it. I'm still showing my support. Of course, this isn't Blu-ray. So you get Shazam. I wonder why have they made a Lego Wonder Woman movie? So Shazam. There's my wee Lego figure. I can't believe that Shazam. I can't believe it says 6+. I mean, what are they going to do at 5 that they can't do at 6? I don't know. So I got that, as I say, Birds of Prey, Doctor Who. So anyway, I'm actually feeling chilled. I've got the whole house to myself this weekend. So one of the guys, somebody wrote in. Well, somebody made a comment, and I told him that I would get back to them. Here is here, Eric Sledge, his name is. Would love to get your take on the Ghostbusters film 1, 2 and 3, aka Ghostbusters the video game. So I told him I'd get back onto it, and I've probably talked to this about it before. I love Ghostbusters 1. I remember seeing it with my father, sadly not here, and I went to see and I seen Ghostbusters 2. And Ghostbusters 2, it was okay, it was fine, it was the same gang, and yeah, it was okay that the fact that they, a couple of years after they got rid of all the ghosts, basically vanished or disappeared and they were jobless and stuff like that. But I'd have rather them carried on fighting ghosts and going into supernatural territory and fighting around the world and stuff. And so I enjoyed that because you've seen those two characters, and of course it's from the same writers and everything else. And in that film, you've got two strong women in it, and you know where I'm going with this. The two strong women lead role people in it, and they're always sort of telling the guys what to do and behave themselves and stuff. And then Ghostbusters 3 came out. I'm not even going to call it Ghostbusters 3. And what they did and what I've mentioned in my previous films is they false advertised it. They promised it, the way it was advertised said it was a continuation. 20 odd years ago, these guys saved the world. So 20 odd years ago, we believed that, right? So it's a continuation. They're on the same planet. Ghostbusters, these guys existed in the past. Then when we got to see the film, they didn't. And people like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and whatnot played roles that were totally opposite to the Ghostbusters. So we went to see this film, hoping to see these heroes maybe pass the torch down, but we didn't, and what we got was 4 goofball girls. Just, I don't know, the whole story didn't make sense. It didn't even seem like a fitting tribute Then they made the Ghostbusters sign. I don't know, turn into a ghost or something. And for me, looking at the special effects, I thought I wanted some more, and I really really hated it. I thought it was a spit on what had gone before, and I hear Dan Aykroyd had, I don't know, was somehow involved, and they went over budget or something like that, and it flopped, to be honest. And now we get a Ghostbusters 3 where it's the kids or the grandson of one of the Ghostbusters finds the pack and then go, and it's still really not the film I would have wanted for a continuation now. I know we've missed Harold Ramis, and the minute he died, we knew our dreams would be over for the really good Ghostbusters movie. And but I would have thought at some point we would have had to seen the remaining people in action, showing the young ones what it is. So, but again, it's this woke system. It's this, not just the woke system, but it's this, oh, Stranger Things is popular, we'll do that. We need to create something new. But then we have the same director. Then we have the director of who was the son of the original one. So we can hope. The game itself, I loved it. That is what we sort of known from the cartoons and everything. Of course, it wasn't, wasn't anything like Just Cause or anything, big games like that. But at least you got to be a Ghostbuster and use the protons. And I honestly think this is the game could have been something what we should have got years and years ago as a movie. I met some Ghostbusters cosplayers outside, and then the minute I spoke to one of them, this was after the movie came out. Oh, he was a feminist. He thought, he loved it, and I'm thinking, what? I'm a fan. I am a Ghostbusters fan. Okay, I had the toys, I watched the cartoons, and I got into it, and I know just because you cosplay or you or wear the costume or you're in the Ghostbusters club thing, this is Detroit's Ghostbusters, this is India's Ghostbusters team, or it's similar to the Stormtroopers, doesn't make you more of a fan than people that aren't members of those. People that love fan bases alone. We'll go into the cartoons. We will watch that. We will buy books, but we won't need to join. If you're not a Stormtrooper, it doesn't make you less of a Star Wars fan by having all these books. Okay, so I was just taken back. Am I excited for the Ghostbusters movie? No. Will I see it? Yes. I actually got rid of the DVD, and my partner didn't. She liked it and whatnot, and I went, no, I don't ever want to see that. It's sacrilege. So that is my take on the Ghostbusters take. So if you've got any questions at all, either DC related or not, let me know. Or if it's a movie related question, and you want a review, go to the other channel, which is it's my other movie review, your movie review, which you tell me which movie to see, and I will see it, and I'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down. So I'm quite pleasant. Tonight I'm going to watch the Red Superman, maybe the Stephen King one, the Stephen King Doctor Sleep. And I'm watching Making a Murderer. I'm like years behind in the show, so and it's intense. So I'm trying to get through that. So let us know how your day goes. Let us know how things are wherever where you are. Let us know in the comments below. And who knows, if you've got a comment about DC or something that you want me to talk about, let us know. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for subscribing if you have. Please like or share the video if you can. Before I go, I always try to put in a wee bit of good news. So let's see. Snyder Cut Justice League. J.K. Simmons explains why all DC fans should be interested in the alternate version. Cinema Blend participates in the affiliate programs with various companies. We may earn a commission. Sorry. It was just a little over a month ago that DC fans found out that Zack Snyder was finally going to be able to release his version of Justice League. After a very dedicated group of those fans have been publicly calling out for the Snyder Cut for over 2 years, basically since the original film was released in theatres. The director has been given us some pretty good ideas for what we can expect to see when Zack Snyder's Justice League comes to HBO Max in 2021. But if you like the previous version of the movie, you should see this one. J.K. Simmons, who had a brief role in the film as Commissioner Gordon, has an answer for you. Obviously, millions of people either hated the Justice League we got in 2017. Many of these are the Snyder Cut devotees, or at the very least were beyond disappointed with the end result. As you can imagine, folks from either of these two camps will be looking forward to Zack Snyder's Justice League. But if you are one of the relatively few people who unequivocally enjoyed watching Henry Cavill's putty face grimace after Superman's resurrection, should you even bother with this new version of the film? Here's what J.K. Simmons told The Hollywood Reporter when asked about his thoughts on the Snyder Cut being released. Whatever your feelings were about the version that was at first released, I think even if you absolutely loved everything about that film, I would certainly be interested as an audience to see Zack's vision. Well, that's simply enough, isn't it? And I have to say, I think J.K. Simmons is right. Even if you're a DC fan who will ride hard for 2017's theatrical cut of Justice League, how could you not be the least tiny bit curious about what Zack Snyder wanted to do with the movie? This is especially considering the fact that Snyder has been talking about his plans for the film, since it was released, and we all saw that very few people were in the movie's corner. J.K. Simmons was meant to have a much larger role in the cinematic universe that was building for Warner Brothers and DC after his short stint as Gordon in Justice League, but the film was so beset with problems, most of which came from Snyder leaving the project a few months before it was due to be released, and Joss Whedon taking over, that the end result left a lot to be desired for both critics and many fans. Simmons have been about to really be able to put a stamp on Gordon in a planned solo film for Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne Batman, but in response to Justice League as it was, those plans were scrapped. Affleck soon left the role and all DC behind, and there's a whole new Gordon for the upcoming The Batman. While the film will follow a different Batman and a different kind of story with a brand new Commissioner Gordon, fans are still wondering what could have been. With regards to Ben Affleck's tortured older superhero and J.K. Simmons' version of Gordon, so if you're still on the fence whether or not to check out Zack Snyder's Justice League, but also wanted more with that particular dynamic duo, know that watching Snyder's film could be the only real shot at getting to spend more time with those two, even if it isn't their own adventure. Of course, Snyder has also promised to show us a much longer film, which would include tons of other cool stuff which was left on the cutting room floor the first time around. This includes stronger stories for Cyborg, The Flash, more of characters like Lex Luthor, Dax, Amera, our first look at Darkseid, an action Superman fighting in his black suit, and a whole lot more. I don't know about you, but I'm in total agreement with J.K. Simmons here. Check it out. Zack Snyder's Justice League seems like a no-brainer. Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming to HBO. It's in 2021. And I want you to remember that for the next video. Thanks very much for watching.